as of recording this, this is the day before episodes 7 and 8 come out of Hazbin Hotel Season 2. And to say I'm a little worried would be an understatement. I'm terrified. One of the things, I have some theories and thoughts and things that could possibly happen. I theorize that this season is going to end on a big cliffhanger. And I don't mean a happy cliffhanger like we had at the last season. I think it's going to be a cliffhanger that's going to leave us feeling defeated like episodes 5 and 6 did. I'm really worried about Angel because he's being mind controlled by Vox, and knowing Angel and Vaggie and how eager they were to kill Pinchas when they found out he was a spy, Angel, knowing that he's a spy, may try to do something to himself and not feel like he deserves to be in the hotel anymore and kind of keep his absence from the hotel. I'm really worried about that. I don't think it would be a permadeath. I think it would just be something where he has to regenerate back in hell. And then maybe next season we find out what happens when they regenerate. Like, if they get torn apart, like Valentino tore apart that model in season 1, if they get torn apart, when they regenerate, do they have memories of what happened in the past? And if so, then that's going to be a big deal for Angel in season 3, because he is going to be constantly focusing on, I was a spy and I didn't even mean to be a spy, and probably won't even be at the hotel anymore in season 3. Probably like all throughout season 3. I do think we're going to get a permadeath character. I think we're going to get a permadeath. I don't see how we can't get a permadeath. I mean, Vox has split up the hotel. He's got Alistair, he's got Lucifer, and he's got Angel, which those are the 3 people that Charlie depends on a lot. And Charlie has Husk, Nifty, Baxter, and Vaggie, and herself. And so Vox has succeeded in, tearing apart the hotel, and Alistair's doing his own little thing where he's succeeding in kind of pushing apart the V's. And I'm also wondering if we're going to get more ideas on how soul contracts work, because I want to see what's going on. Like, I know that the last song has Rosie in it. So is Alistair going to get his powers back? How do soul contracts work? I really hope they kind of cover that in the last 2 episodes, even if they end in a cliffhanger that makes us feel defeated, just so we can kind of understand more about what's going on. I do think that there will be a permadeath of some character. I don't know what, who, or what. My bet was on Angel Dust. But I think that it wouldn't be Angel Dust, because I think that he probably wouldn't have access to an angelic weapon, or they wouldn't have access to an angelic weapon. But then at the same time, Vox is not to put a hand on Charlie. And Charlie's going to go and try to save Angel Dust and her dad and everything when she finds out what happened. And what if Vox controls Angel Dust to attack Charlie? And because of the contract Alistair has with Rosie, Alistair has to kill Angel to protect Charlie, because his contract is still not null and void yet. I am terrified about what's going to happen. I think we're getting a permadeath. I don't know who it's going to be. It's going to be a main character, I guarantee. I don't think it's going to be Angel Dust. I think Angel Dust's death is going to be temporary. If it's a death at all, it's going to be like one of those where he regenerates himself. And then we find out whether they keep their memories or not, because if they keep their memories, he's going to be so hard on himself in season 3, he probably won't even show his face at the hotel anymore. And Husk is going to have to try to get him back, hopefully. I don't think that Vox is going to end up... I don't think that we're going to get an ending. I think we're going to get a cliffhanger. I think that Vox is going to make it up to heaven, the pearly gates, and then the episode's going to end on the finale, and we're going to be like, oh shit, he's actually doing this. And then episode 3 will continue on his villain arc while he's in heaven doing his thing. And then also Lute's villain arc, which I really hate that we haven't focused on Lute's villain arc that much this season. But a lot of people theorize that maybe she'll be a 3rd season villain, or maybe Alistair will be the 3rd season villain. I don't know, but I do think that the finale is going to end off on a very negative note, and we are going to have to wait a year to find out what happens after that. So like it's going to be very, very depressing, like episodes 5 and 6 were. Not to mention these 2 episodes are rated 18 plus. So I'm a little worried about that. That implies there's a lot of violence, a lot of possible sex stuff, a lot of domestic abuse, a lot of torturing. Just there's a lot of stuff that could indicate if it's 18 plus. It's kind of scary to see that. And I'm terrified. I'm terrified for Angel. I'm terrified for Alistair. I'm terrified for Charlie. I'm terrified for everybody. But like I said, I really think that we are going to get a permadeath of a character. I don't know which one. I don't know how. But if Vox's weapon works and ends up shooting Heaven, there's going to be a lot of people that die when that impact happens. Especially because it will be made by angelic steel. So there's going to be winners, angels, a lot of people are going to die from that. And so another theory is we might lose Serpentius this time for real. Like he won't come back. Which I'm also terrified about because like we really haven't gotten to see much of Serpentius this season either. And it's been a pain. Another thing I was thinking is like, oh gosh, what was it? I was thinking something else. I was talking about Serpentius and how we might lose Serpentius. Oh gosh, I can't remember, but there is so much that it could go in ways it can go. I really do think that this is going to be a very tragic ending to season 2. And it's going to be very hard for all of us Hazbin Hotel fans. I think that we're going to end up feeling like the heroines are defeated. And I still think I just can't get out of my head that somebody's going to die. Somebody's going to die, have a death, a permadeath. But I do think that Angel's death, if he does die, will not be permanent. I think it will be one where he didn't get killed by an angelic weapon so that he can regenerate himself back into hell. But then if he keeps his memories, then I don't know what's going to happen and how he's going to deal with that. And I think that's going to be a big thing that season 3 explores, is how Angel deals with finding out that his loyalty was used against him and he turned into a spy for the people that he cared about the most. But we got so many plot points that haven't been wrapped up yet. And so many villain arcs that have started that are like, well, when is this going to come back up? And so many storylines that have started, when is this going to come back up? And if they end the finale on episode 8, instead of, which I was praying we would get an announcement that they had been greenlit for 2 extra episodes on season 2. And we still haven't gotten that announcement. Because if they were greenlit for 2 extra episodes, then episode 8 ending off in a way that we feel defeated would make sense. But yeah, that's just some of the theories I have. I'm a little nervous. I'm excited to watch it, and I'm excited to share with you guys tomorrow. But yeah, I am just going to try to sleep since I have to work tonight and try not to think about what might happen tomorrow because I am terrified. Everything just seems to be in the villain's favor right now, and I don't know how they're gonna turn it into the hero's favor in the next 2 episodes. I really don't. But anyways, thanks for watching if you did, and much love!